Happy Monday. We love Mondays, don't we? Well, we're gonna start. So that noise, there is constantly someone mowing their lawn, weed whacking, leaf blowing, snow blowing, probably, even though it's freaking summertime, they're using their snowblower. They have to use their machines. So there's always the constant sound of an engine running. And I can hear it clearly because, as you've seen in the previous videos, this is my garage. Green screen. I figure doing the tips in their own little video will come across a lot easier rather than taking a 15-minute workout video and then adding a bunch of stuff so you don't get your workout in because you're too busy listening to the babble I have going on. And then, please, after these tips, stay around. I decided to add, for Mondays, a bit of inspiration. This inspiration, I have a cup full of little paper tings. There's like 200 little cut up papers with names on them. Every Monday, I'll draw a name and it's someone I've met, whether it's a friend, enemy, someone I currently know, someone I no longer know, alive, not alive, celebrity, family. I put them in the cup. I'm gonna draw a name and that'll be someone I will speak of how they've inspired me to better myself. Tip number 1. Regardless of what your goals are, there's one of two things that they require. You need to change your eating habits or increase your physical exercise. Duh. Well, we already knew that, Captain Obvious. Hey, don't use a cliche like Captain Obvious to tell me I said something obvious. No, but what I'm getting at is you don't have to just cold turkey it. Sometimes that works for people, sometimes it doesn't. You can do slow increments in order to increase or decrease eating one or both of those things. You know, for example, every other day of week 1, you eat healthy. The days in between those, what you would regularly eat, and then slowly make it every day eating healthy. You can increase your physical exercise, continue eating what you've been eating. I don't recommend this, but the purpose of me even suggesting this is when you change your diet and increase your physical exercise, you get hungrier because you're not used to that output of energy. So you're gonna be wanting to eat more and it's gonna be more difficult. Or on the other hand, you can start eating healthy and slowly increment in the physical exercise aspect of it. Tip number 2. I hope I can get the effects to make that do something. We'll see. Small increases in your physical fitness to show you improvement. But I start doing something, there's already improvement. But when you plateau, it starts to take its toll on, I'm not getting any better. But if you can slowly, incrementally increase what you're doing, the example I will give, running sucks. It does, but you can enjoy it. You can improve upon it. From what I've done, on the treadmill, it's much easier, but you can also do it off of the treadmill. To give you an example of it, I'll just tell you what I did. Get on the treadmill, walk for half a mile. That's your warm up, and then do a brief stretching, and then run for a set amount of time or a set distance. And then the next day, you increase that distance by 0.1 miles, or you increase the time by 1 minute. By the end of that week, you've had 7 different increases. Whether it's you sprinted for a little longer, ran for a little longer, whatever it is, you increase that. If you increase that too much, you are going to possibly fail, and then you will be so disappointed with yourself, you're not gonna wanna do it. Okay, tip number 3. I talk about what you eat quite a bit, and it makes a difference. I forgot that. Okay, what you eat is not meant for pleasure. To soothe your emotions, we all have them, or if you're just eating for taste, no, you're doing it wrong. Food is to fuel your body and sustain your life. That's it. So learning to eat to fuel your body based on what you put in is what you're gonna get out. Okay, I mean, it sounds simple and it takes a lot of willpower, a lot of effort, a lot of training, a lot of everything that you have the power to do. And I know that because I don't have very good willpower and I've done it and I do it. Wow, it's not backwards. I thought it would be, never mind. Okay, well, I'm looking at this mug and I'm thinking to myself, this is such a bad idea. Because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna draw a name that I'm not ready to talk about right now. and be all okay. Not sure how easy this is to see. This is my grandma Vance. I have an email to myself that I'm going to try to find. So this email, when my grandmother died, I want to say last February, the one before that, I suck with dates. Everyone can profess to that. I'm really bad. I would forget my own birthday if people didn't remind me it was my birthday. So, people die. I am the type of person where I understand that's what happens. People die and you got to move on, but they remain. I do have it. So this is at my grandma's funeral. I spoke at her funeral, and I spent so many hours thinking of what to say. And so I wrote a speech talk, I guess they call them talks, and I'll just read it because this is probably the best way to explain. Okay. Hello, for those who Hello. For those who do not know me, I am Brendan Vance, Sherry's eldest grandson, second oldest grandchild, and was ever so obviously her favorite. Just kidding on the last part. Since I'm supposed to be a big tough guy, in an effort to prevent the flow of tears, part of this remembrance type talk thing will be a mild attempt at some comedy relief in a couple situations in which I have prepared to share with everyone today. Most of us had probably known Grandma for a long time. As I stated earlier, I was Grandma's favorite, which is not a true statement. My older sister Krista held that spot above all. To which I paid back with excessive brattiness, as I will describe in the following story or two. Growing up, I remember taking numerous vacations and camping trips to our cabin in Schofield, or our cabin type thing on a random mountain in Nevada where we dug big holes for gold or something. I don't really remember that part because I was little and I just remember digging holes. And on a campground at Palisades Lake, I think I was about 10 years old. And strangely, this story actually begins at the end of one of those camping trips. And by the end, I mean unpacking stuff from the vehicles and putting them away. The worst part of camping. On these trips, a large majority of the time, I was able to invite someone to tag along, in which I usually picked my cousin Ryan from my mother's side of the family. This usually kept me entertained, but with having a playmate, work was usually a last priority to the pair of 10-year-olds. Part of the tasks for ending trip was usually cleaning the vehicles, and on this particular occasion, Ryan and I were assigned to wash one of the cars. Sure, squirting a car off with the hose, easy. Cleaning the windows with paper towels to get the streak-free, able to see through windows? Nope.
What are you doing?
How do you expect someone to see through this windshield? Grandma exclaimed. Rather than answering or trying to redo the task, I would simply give my Aunt Jennifer, her daughter, the help me look, because I was totally her favorite. That one is true. That one is true. She's in the cup also. Anyway, this would cause miraculous intervention, in which case my cousin and I were sent inside with being grounded type conditions. Now to the brattiness. I actually screwed these jobs up on purpose so that my cousin and I would be kicked off the workforce, and while others were finishing up the work, we were secretly eating snacks and watching cartoons in the sewing room. Yeah. When I was around age 20-ish, she let me live with her for a couple years or so. During this time is when I actually built a fairly good relationship with her after After work, I would watch her TV shows with her, chat, and sometimes eat dinner with her. We talked about everything from gossiping about an ex-girlfriend, memories of grandpa, and then there was this time she told me She suspected me of doing jobs incorrectly when I was younger on purpose so I could hang out with my cousin. I actually never confirmed that to her until now at a funeral. On the same topic, while staying with her, she would ask me to do stuff such as mow the lawn, gardening, rearranging her front room. Now, rearranging her front room was way far from as simple as it sounds. Let me explain. Piano, couch, chairs, TV. Okay, take the piano, put it over here. These chairs, put over here. Couch, let's put in the corner. Okay, no, couch and TV, let's switch them. Okay, now let's switch the piano and the chairs. Let's switch the TV and the couch again. And I would end up putting everything right back exactly where it was. The same setup that was before. These mundane tasks that usually ended up with not very much actual work being done were annoying, not fun to do or look forward to, but I know these tasks she had were simply her way of getting me to spend time with her and chat with her. I'm glad she created those relationship building moments. And then I concluded this with, I would like to conclude with, I love you, Grandma. And yes, it was me who ate those mini fun-size Twix bars. Yeah. So the inspiration stuff I have from this story is you don't have to actually do stuff with people that are registered as fun. You can do shit tasks. You can do crap things and build a relationship with someone or even yourself, because it's the crappy things that you remember a large majority of the time. So with that, hopefully that wasn't too long of a story, entertaining maybe. And love you all. We'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's workout. Okay. And yes, these are all different. Okay. We're going to retake that. We'll see. Yeah, not ready. Take number 78.